third early stage company, Field Day, from Portland, Oregon, is an online platform that helps individuals and organizations discover and engage with local nonprofits through group volunteer events. Please welcome Eli Blackman.
Oh, there you are.
Thanks for having us. My name's Eli Blackman, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Field Day. Social issues are straining our communities in ways that are more visible than ever before, and it's affecting individuals and organizations in the places that we live and work. Employees are leaving their companies at an unprecedented rate, a trend that's only accelerated during the pandemic, and a primary factor in this is because they do not feel a personal or cultural connection to their companies. However, data shows that employees are drawn to organizations that demonstrate strong values around corporate social responsibility, or CSR. And there's one specific element of CSR that's especially powerful because it actively engages employees as part of a company's CSR mission by getting them involved in their local communities, and that is through employee volunteering. So while companies today are trying to do whatever they can right now to try to recruit and retain talent, they either, one, are not aware that employee volunteering is a powerful engagement mechanism, or two, they're trying to do it right now, but there's considerable overhead involved with finding, organizing, and trying to measure the impact from a single event, let alone put together an entire program. And that is why we're building Field Day. Field Day is an online platform that makes it easy for individuals and organizations to discover and attend high-quality group volunteer events with local nonprofits. Single commitment, work party style group events are really nice fits as team building activities, breaking up the workday and increasing employee productivity and morale. Field Day also provides employee engagement, insights, and metrics, as well as social impact metrics, really helping organizations to understand and strengthen their recruiting and retention initiatives. The market for Field Day, there are a couple different markets. The primary market is corporate social responsibility software. Benevity's a leader in this market today. They sold a majority stake for $1.1 billion in December 2020. Nonprofit development software is another market with overlap, which is projected to reach $4.4 billion by 2023. Field Day's business model will be as a monthly subscription service on the organization or company side. It's on a per user per month basis or site license. On the nonprofit side, still a monthly or annual subscription as their volunteer event management system. Field Day's founding team comes out of Amazon, and prior to that, Elemental Technologies, which was acquired by AWS in 2015. And we were early on at Elemental and grew with the company, and it was through that experience that we acquired a lot of deep experience in this area. Jason Lapierre, who's here tonight, he's my co-founder and our CTO. He's on the engineering side. My background's primarily in marketing and community engagement programming. We are targeting MVP for the nonprofit side by end of year, early Q1, with pilots for organizations in Q1, and we're raising $850,000 to hire the team to get the product to market, start generating revenue, and iterate as we work to scale and expand this thing. You know, we're really driven by this idea of community engagement becoming ubiquitous across individuals and across organizations, and believe that Field Day will be the tool that makes that happen. So thanks so much for having us.
That's great. What say you, Jen and Brian?
Hey, Eli. So what model are you kind of envisioning around? Is it a marketplace model that you're going to use to bring opportunities to companies that are looking for volunteer? And these are event-based.
They're events. So we are a platform, so nonprofits will be able to use us standalone to run their events. But as we acquire nonprofits, then the organizations will have a single place that they can go to see local events in their area with the nonprofits.
So what tools would you start with if say I wanted to run an event, a volunteer event with you? What tools do you kind of bring to the platform?
As a nonprofit or as the organization?
So as the company that I'm going to for this solution.
Okay. As the company.
So I'm coming.
So you work for a company. Yeah.
Yep.
So you
saying,
you come to Field Day.
I want to put on a volunteer day for my staff.
Yep.
Team
You'll be able to filter on things like time of day, if you're able to bring your kids or not, how many spots are available, location, and then it'll filter it, and you'll see or
So
cause
these are
area
events
if there's
that are
specific cause.
scheduled, running, and they have spots that need to be filled by multiple companies.
There's both the public side, so they have spots available, or it's private bookable events if you have a team of 20 and you want to work with the nonprofit to find a time that fits. So it's a corporate development opportunity on the nonprofit side. That's a really primary driver for them to get the exposure and build those corporate relationships by getting additional eyes on what they do as an organization.
So how are nonprofits doing this right now, in your experience?
So a lot of them are piecing it together with spreadsheets, depending on their size. And then the larger nonprofits, there are volunteer event management systems out there, but they run specifically on that nonprofit's website, so it doesn't give them the visibility or the kind of hands-off marketing platform that Field Day would provide. But a lot of them are piecing together a lot of different tools right now.
It sounds a little complicated to build a marketplace and charge for both sides at the same time. Like, if you had to pick, where do you think you could extract value early in order to sort of get the flywheel going?
The primary revenue driver will be on the organization, on the company side. Initially, as we build up that basically library and availability of events, we will be partnering with the nonprofits. That'll be a tiered subscription model. They are, nonprofits are our content partners in this, and so it has to be a no-brainer for them to be on the platform. So it'll be a free tier for them to have events on there, but then additional features like being able to enable donations to capture a momentum after an event, where the paid tier will, ideally pay for itself pretty quickly by making it easy for the folks that really enjoyed a volunteer event to give a little bit additional.
That was my question. Fundraising events have changed so much over the last 2 years, so do you see a big opportunity for fundraising in this?
Yeah, we're starting very narrow with volunteering, and we see a few different directions this can go. It could be any sort of event with a nonprofit, whether it's a gala or a charity run or that sort of thing. But the traditional corporate philanthropy model has been really monetary first focused, and we're really trying to flip that to be able to have smaller companies that might not have the budget be able to still add value to their local communities by giving back time and overcome some of the scheduling challenges that are out there right now, as well as layering on top of that the reporting, employee engagement reporting, and being able to tell some of that social impact story about how they are engaging with the community and the nonprofits that are really powerful recruiting and employee retention.
Absolutely, yeah. It seems
pieces.
like there's just a lot of potential possibility here. Yes, Julianne.
Working for a large nonprofit, and we're very service-driven, how would Field Day support us?
So that she works for a very large nonprofit that is service-driven. How would Field Day support them?
Yeah, our go-to-market strategy is really market by market. We certainly want to be able to support the bigger nonprofits and the bigger organizations out there. So in terms of a large nonprofit, we would likely early on target their regional growth almost as a pilot for them, and then be able to have them replicate that in the different places that they operate. It's also a really good fit where some of their more virtual events could play a role, or some of the other types of events besides in-person volunteering that I mentioned could be an opportunity for the nonprofits too.
Question from the theater.
Yes. Oh, go ahead.
So what does the competitive landscape look like? Are there other companies out there doing this? And then what is your unique value proposition that kind of separates you from them?
Yeah, there are a few markets. So in corporate social responsibility software, companies like Benevity or Your Cause, which was acquired by Blackbaud, which does a lot of nonprofit development services, you have to work at a company that uses that software. So as an individual, I don't get access to Benevity when I leave the company that was using Benevity. We want to create this bottoms-up evangelism and excitement about you as an individual today being able to go find local volunteer events, go get involved, start building up your field day profile, and then as you switch companies, you're able to take that profile with you. That's a big differentiator for us. On the nonprofit development side, it's really about the kind of visibility we can get nonprofits that are doing amazing work and might not have the resources to get in front of, companies that have people that want to help or have potential sponsorship dollars behind them. And so instead of having the nonprofits operate in their own silos and having to figure out how to drive people to their websites or get more followers on their specific social media, they can work with us as this marketing partner for them to expand their reach and growth.
I'm taking like a big sigh of relief for all the development directors out there who have way too much that they're responsible for. Well, I hope that we get to talk with you again sometime. I have a lot of questions for you. This is an awesome pitch and an excellent idea. Thanks for joining us, Eli.
Thanks for having us.